Right, okay guys, welcome to another video. I was just made aware of a new version of Manic released on the Commodore 64. Now, basically it's a chap that goes by the name of Toki has released this. Now, what he's done here is he's overhauled the graphics slightly. Well, for what I can see, the graphics do look the same, but he's tried to make them look more like the Spectrum version, you know, change the colours, etc. It's also got a lot of nice options, you know, you can put in cheats and that kind of stuff, and it's also got a really nice soundtrack. So yeah, what I've done is I've shown the original C64 one, I've also shown the new one, and I've also shown the Spectrum one side by side, and I've played about 3 or 4 levels just to kind of let you see a good comparison side by side. So this is the screen you get when you start. You can either pick the original 1983 version or you can pick the 2009 one, and you get a nice little screen there. So let's crack on. So there you go. Yep, top left is the original C64 one, top right is the new C64 one, and the bottom left is the Spectrum one. I've obviously put the names underneath. Now, in first impressions, you would say, well, there's really no difference at all, but when you actually look, you'll see what he's done is he's tried to change the colours. For example, the little plant on the first level on the Spectrum is green. On the original C64 it was blue, but he's changed that to green. So, from what I can see, it's really just the colours that he's changed. You'll also note, and I don't know if that's a filter on my emulator I've used, the Spectrum one is kind of blurry looking, which is probably what it would look like back in the day, whereas the C64 one is definitely sharper looking. He's also changed the font. You'll see that the original C64 version, the font was, I think it was the sort of stock C64 font, whereas he's tried to recreate the Spectrum font. And again, you'll see there, in fact, there's not really any. Now that level looks pretty much the same, apart from the wee sort of rock at the very top right hand side. It was blue on the Spectrum and it was green on the C64. So that you know, it's very minute. That one there, you can see he's gone for, is it cyan was the colour of the platforms, whereas in the original C64 it was more normal blue, whereas on the new one he has gone for the sort of cyan as well. So he's tried to make it look as accurate as possible. Having played through it, I can't see any real big differences in playability. I mean, the original C64 one wasn't a bad version, to be fair, so I couldn't really see any major differences. I think if you compare the original C64 with the new C64, you'll see they both play almost identical, so I'm guessing that he's not tweaked with the actual speed of the game. The Spectrum one does seem to play slightly slower. You'll notice that the wee Minor Willie seems to be slightly behind in this one. Again there, the little plant at the very top, sort of left hand side of the screen. On the original Spectrum it was blue, whereas on the Commodore 64 it was green, and also the platforms on the Spectrum one were yellow, whereas it was purple in the original C64, and again he's changed that. What I've done, hopefully you'll notice that, I've shown this, I've not shown, I've let you hear the sound on the different versions, just for some comparison. You can compare them. But you know what? It's a nice little remake. I wouldn't really call it a remake. It's a tweak, I would say. Yeah, it's got a different soundtrack. Personally, I will always pick the Spectrum one. I think, to me, that was the original, and that will always be the best one. But you know, if you're absolutely adamant on playing a C64 one, then you know, either the original or the new one is an excellent game. So anyway guys, just remains for me to say thank you very much for watching.